Alright, welcome back. Last time, we just barely got this field all good to go. We're pretty late into the night, but we have quite a bit of barley in the ground, and I think this time we are going to focus on getting something set up for silage production. We have this whole slope over here of grass and trees and whatnot. I'm thinking that wouldn't be an awful spot to get a mower going and a pit put in so we can start cooking up some silage. I was also considering getting like a stone picker, start stockpiling those. One of the productions, I can't remember, something necessitated stones, but I think for starters, silage would be a pretty good bet. So hopefully we can get something set up today for all of that. We have a little bit of money came in overnight to play with. Definitely thinking we can get a mowing set up. I'm not sure if it would be better to do bales instead of a big silage pit. I don't know. I guess we'll see what we can muster in the shop, and that'll kind of be the determining factor. Beyond that, I am thinking of trying to get some more pedestrians put in. So either a few more greenhouses or, well, if memory serves, the silage is what we need for the methane production. So I think it's jumping the gun a little bit to get that production put down since we don't really have the raw material to do it. There are a couple other different types of greenhouses though, so maybe we can get some of those put in. We already have a pretty good system going for keeping those alive. I imagine at some point we'll also need to weed the new field. I was thinking about doing a stone picker, but I I don't know if I can do that once the growth tick has happened. So might be a little too late for that. It might be something we look into next time we harvest. First things first, we'll get these guys filled up. Yeah, I might run like another 2 long just to kind of fill this area out a little bit. Yeesh. I think that took all of it and still could use a little more. Okay, so while that's filling, let's have a look. I was gonna look into fertilizer spreaders, and we could afford something to get lime on that field. However, thinking about the silage, it might not be a terrible idea to get one of these guys, like a bale wrapper and a baler, to see if we can't start cooking up some silage. All of them together might be just out of our budget. I mean, this guy's not horrendously expensive. 22k. And then the wrapper is another 22k. We could do that. That doesn't leave much for mowers. So maybe the smart thing to do is get our mower set up first, and then we can look at a baler and a few harvests of the greenhouses. It would be nice if we could get something that does like a swath of grass, save us from having to do, forget what they're called, the things that like put them in a nice line. But I have a feeling those are probably going to be a little out of our budget. These aren't horribly priced, so I might get these guys. I have a feeling these are not going to be the kind that do the swathing for you, but gets the ball rolling. How do I unfold it? Oh, I thought I remembered the hotkey. I did not. Okay. I can't remember if this thing has a front PTO or not, so I might also look, see if I can't install that. It's not already there. I'm hopeful this thing has enough oomph to be able to power all of this. Let's see. For starters, let's see. Did I put the PTO on the front? So I have a hydraulic attachment. I didn't put the PTO on front. Ooh, I like those narrow tires. I might go ahead and install this quick, so get a little more power out of it. I was kind of struggling as I was doing some of the field work. And I'm hoping these narrow tires will enable me to go over crops and whatnot without smushing them, destroying them. Okay, that's a good sign. Awesome. So what does that leave us with? We have 18K. Are we able to get a baler? 22K for that one. Is there anything cheaper? What are the odds there's something in the sales? Not really. It's not a bad tractor. 47 hours on it. Manure spreaders. Neat. Um, hmm. So we could either go the route of balers and a wrapper. I think it's a forage wagon and a pit. Not sure what's going to be cheaper. Uh, the baler will probably be slightly more, but not as limited with how it would work. So that does 125 to 150. And the baler we're looking at does 120. Oh, okay. So what's the cheapest 125? That guy's 59K. Some big bales. Like the 180s. Oh, that's a wrapper too. That's neat. So, any of these other ones, that's a square bale. That's kind of cool. So it looks like for the price of both, we could get one that does both functions. Oh, that's square bales anyway. That wouldn't work. So 48 plus 22 is pretty much the same. So I think I would be better served just getting like this guy here. Might take us another day, but we can definitely do it. Okay. So what do we got here? I unfold that. Yeah, this thing works great. And this thing does have enough oomph to kind of get up this hill. This is the part I was kind of worried about. So far, so good. Those trees, if they get in our way, we can always get rid of them. We have the technology. Oof. Yeah, it's pretty steep. Geez, going down the hill is nice, though. Works real good. I wish there was an option to be able to, like, mow the bushes. Maybe there is, but I certainly don't know what it is. I'm kind of debating getting a baler and just, like, the first run, just doing as grass bales, so we can get, to get sheep that, require those. However, maybe that's a little hasty. I think silage would probably benefit us more. So alternatively, I don't know if I gave forage wagons a real good look. Or the silage pits. That may end up being the more affordable option for us. And this thing just cruises. I know I missed some spots and whatnot. It's not really that big a deal right now. Can't even really do anything with this stuff, so this is more proof of concept. This thing will definitely go up the hills and whatnot, though, so that's very, very good news. We've got quite a bit of grass here. If I was planning on doing this with this area long term, I would probably get rid of these trees, and I might end up doing that. I don't know, is that this is going to be the best land to plant on? I am kind of thinking down the road, maybe like plant trees or something here, have this be like our forestry area. So we do have pretty good little forest down there. Don't really know what the heck else we're going to be able to do with this land since it is so hilly. I mean, I guess if we get into like the gigantic, crazy tank track tractors or something, it wouldn't be as big a deal. But for the time being, it's a little above our pay grade. But it can grow grass. In fact, it already has it on there, so even better. I'm not as impressed with the side mower as I am the front. I think the front one is almost better. Like, it seems to leave a swath and everything. The side ones definitely do give me a little bit more. I don't know. Not 100% sure on that. Um, let's see. Well, we're almost at the hour. Maybe that'll give us enough that we can afford a baler. If not, I might just go ahead and plop a couple more greenhouses down so we get a little more every hourly payment to make our progress a little more exponential. The areas I turn at are a little wonky, but can't tell what's actually moving. Oh, it's like the window on the back. I do appreciate in a straight line at least it'll cut everything in its path, you know, it's not missing spots and whatnot. Yeah, this thing's going like full speed too. Doesn't bog it down at all. I'm not sure if that's a new engine or just doesn't take all that much horsepower to run it. Of course I say that, I hit the hill. I think we'll clean up this middle pass here. We got 23k. I know that'll get us like a small square baler. Gosh, I wish I had been paying attention to the sale. I'm sure there's something that would have come up. Worst case, we can hop on another project for a little bit, like clearing these trees out and stuff while we wait for a little bit more money to come in. Yeah, this is a great size for the mowing setup. Here I thought this was gonna take, you know, a couple hours in game, and 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. Okay, so what I might do is set these both down, just on the edge of the field here, and go pick up my stump grinder. Just get those trees kind of dealt with. Seems like the best thing I can be doing right now. Oh, this thing cruises now. Definitely has more takeoff speed. It's almost too fast. What are the odds that the stump grinder did not get knocked over? It's facing the wrong way. One thing I don't have is a front loader. Oh no, I think I just did it. To pick things up like this. Mm, let's see. Please. Whoa. Okay. No harm, no foul on that one, I guess. Okay, you. Curious to see how this behaves with the mulcher on. I know that was like bogging it down before. Maybe it was just the weight I had on it. Oh yeah, this thing cruises now. Still a weird lag when it's like changing direction. Saw this guy over here earlier. I don't really know what the claw is all about. Here, maybe just for like picking up logs, turning them into mulch. Really know why you would want to do that, but maybe somebody in the comments is able to elaborate a little bit. I can see it. Huh. Interesting. So it like gets rid of the grass on the ground. Like, I mean, I guess that's cool if you make a field or something and you have trees planted. I wonder if it helps them grow faster. I will say this mulcher thing is easier than the stump grinder I've used previously. Just not sure what benefit there is to the actual, like, digging into the ground mulching part. Interesting. So, seems like that little bit creates field. It's kind of interesting. Okay. That seems to have done the trick. On those bare spots, I might just go through and replant grass. I don't think they will grow it on their own. Yeah, it should be all the trees we need dealt with right this moment. Grab the planter real quick. Yeah, this thing is a lot faster now. Certainly not used to that. Oh, it's doing that weird, like, stuck in gear thing. If I restart it, does it do anything? Nah, I have to restart the game. Do you back up now? Yes. Excellent. Okay, let's change seed type to grass. So I do lose a little bit of the cut stuff when I do that, but hopefully this will avoid like random bald spots in the middle of the field later. I think it's for a good cause. Be an interesting way to try and do a field, one of those things. I don't really know of any advantages or disadvantages to all that. But we got that sorted. I know this field did not get all the way fertilized. I think that's okay. I mean, I'm not really worried about getting the biggest yield ever from it. It says it needs lime and rolling. And this guy over here, yeah, it's much better yield bonus. I think for starters, we should be doing a baler of some kind. Let's see, do I have anything I can sell? I'm not gonna need the plow or the cultivator for a little bit. Might sell that. I'll sell you. You're not really worth selling. Um, So I might do that. That's kind of a roundabout way of doing it, but it should give us enough that we can buy the baler. Oh, not quite. Well, I guess we're stuck waiting for just a sec. Is there anything else I can sell? Not really. Kind of want to keep this other tractor. Could get rid of the mulcher. I will. Let me do that real quick. Again, these are all things I'm likely gonna end up rebuying. It's just to be able to get the baling going right now. It's kind of a means to an end. Perfect candidate for being able to lease stuff against the spirit of the challenge right now. I think I actually have it disabled via a mod right now, so can't even think about leasing stuff. Okay, so that is what I will do. I'll sell you, and we'll buy. We have a little bit extra money, and I guess if we have just a tiny bit more, these are the same price. So what's the difference? That goes up to 180. I think it's worth just waiting a few minutes, and then yeah, get our forever baler.
That's a bold statement.
All right, and what are the odds? We actually got enough. Yes. That is a heck of a baler. I don't know. See any reason to not do white. There you go. That's pretty awesome. The most expensive item we have on our farm. Let's hope Bessie can haul that thing. I'm kind of debating on windrowing those all the grass into more manageable chunks, but I think if I just run this thing up and down it, it'll end up making plenty of bales. It's cool that we can change the size of these two. For right now, I don't see any reason not to do the big ones, but if we end up with just a little left over, we can maybe get one extra out of it. Let's see. Automatic drop, cool. I was gonna say I should probably fill this with gas while I'm right here, but I don't even know if we can afford it. Cutting it real close. Okay. Well, it helps to lower pickup. I think as our operation evolves, we can get a windrower, kind of tidy these up. Not having the trees in the way should help a whole lot moving forward. I might eventually go through and like actually put this into a field. I think you can do random crap to get grass to grow a little more vigorously. Like I think rolling is a thing for it. For the time being, we should get quite a bit out of this one little field. There's still plenty more if we decide this ain't enough. It's almost wide enough to do like the whole swath. These bales are more substantial than I was giving them credit for. Jeez, a whole bale must be like 8,000 liters or something like that. Does this not automatically wrap them? I mean, it's probably not the worst idea to have one of each. I was gonna wonder if this thing wrapped them uh, always. So that's kind of a good question to answer. So I was thinking, like, man, this would kind of suck if it only made silage bales. Nice to know it'll make big old grass bales too. So we might just keep that one. Certainly can't hurt to have. When we get into sheep, we will definitely need it. This thing actually does pretty well with this uphill too. So it seems like the automatic drop is not what you want if you're trying to bale or wrap them. Yeah, these swaths from the middle thing definitely seem to have a little more grass in them. Goes up much faster. Okay. How do I wrap it? Maybe it's because of the bale size I have that it's not wrapping them. I mean, I guess that would make sense. I probably can't do the ginormous ones. I'm starting to have buyer's remorse and think that maybe I sold all our stuff for no reason. I'm sure it's just figuring out what in the heck I'm doing wrong here. Don't think I want automatic drop. Well, I will have to look into that a little bit. Alright, so I did some digging, and the baler should potentially wrap the bales as long as I don't have it on the largest bale size. So if I want grass bales, I can just leave it on 180. As far as I know, on 150, it should wrap the bales. The only thing I could think beyond that is this thing just doesn't have enough horsepower for it. Could potentially be the case, but I'm pretty sure it only took like 120 and this thing's pushing like 180, so don't believe that's it. I think it was just a bug um, with the 180 bale size because I went like straight to that and I found out you had to like turn it off and then turn it back on, get it to actually wrap the bales. for silage. So hopefully this thing will come out and it'll wrap it. Yeah. All right, it's not all for naught. If nothing else, we have plenty of grass bales for animals coming up here. So, happy accident. I'm definitely looking in the direction of a windrower here. Would make this process much easier. I also think a slightly beefier tractor would not be the worst for going up and down these hills. Does great when it's going downhill, but definitely struggles a little bit going back up. I suppose I could like test and see if there's like a spot that is a slightly easier route and just like circle back around uh, going up that way. Out of curiosity, what do windrowers run? I think that's what they're called. Uh, is it a tedder? Windrower. The hell's a tedder? Turn grass around so it can dry faster. We could get a really small one. They're not hugely expensive. Some of them seem to be a little out of our budget, but not too bad. I wonder, that thing almost looks like it's a cutter and a windrower. It's kind of neat. Well, we definitely can't afford one just yet, but we should be able to coming up pretty soon. I think that is probably a worthwhile investment. Definitely tempted to see on ModHub or something if there's something to make mowers cut down the bushes. I just think it would make the fields look a little neater. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could make this an actual field and just plant grass. Maybe there's an advantage, I don't know. I wonder how heavy these things are. Okay. Apparently they're excellent ramps. I just want to nudge you out of the way. There it goes. A big old disc. Shouldn't you be rolling down the hill? Seems like the physics in this game do not try that hard. Like, you'll cut a tree and it'll start falling down, but if it doesn't do it within like 2 seconds or something like that, it's just like, ah, well, we tried. Oh, there's the physics trying to work. He's just slowly drifting away. We've created a tumble marshmallow. Good. Saves me from moving it. Go on, make it down the hill. You can do it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I mean, doing a pretty damn fine job. I don't even really know how that thing got started. I guess it did land uh, right side up, facing downhill. Okay, I take back everything I said about the physics. Just have to really put it in a situation where it's like, well, yeah, obviously it's gonna do that. I think I am gonna go ahead and fill this guy up with some gas. I'm trying to think, like, is there how much do we have into that tractor? We can get 16K for it. We have 4. I'm almost thinking like there's gotta be something better than that thing. It looks like there's a lot of tractors better than that, but in our price range, it's a little bigger of an ask. 50K, that might be the one. And I think with the new hour payment that just came in, we should be able to afford it. We sell this guy at 16. I think the other one was 24K, something like that. I don't know. Maybe we don't need the whatchamadoodle new tractor. What about a windrower? We got something. We're able to. Why can't I? Window is probably a better call. I do not need a different tractor just yet. I guess this guy's still going. 8,000. 4.5 meters. It's gonna be that one. Now, I know foolishly I have to come back here for the baler, but that's okay. I think my life will be much easier if I have all this stuff in one big swath. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay, so if I turn it on, no, I lower it. Neat. This is a pitiful windrower, but what we got, I guess, right now. As long as I can knock these wider swaths into the center ones, should work out okay. Yeah, when I get into this like splayed out stuff, it helps tidy it up quite a bit. I just realized I'm probably gonna need to invest in some a front loader or something coming up here pretty soon. So I don't think I have any way of picking any of these bales up. That's okay. I mean, they're plenty useful. Just staying in the field like there. Okay. So my thought is, if I get this guy on this stuff, I can kind of nudge it. Oh god. I can make a big old mess. No, but if I can bump this stuff into the already like thick line, that should make it a hell of a lot easier to grab. So it seems like if I get these messy parts, it might take 2 passes, but kind of nudge them towards that thick line. Hopefully. That'll make it a heck of a lot easier to grab all this stuff with the baler. I have a suspicion we will be upgrading this thing pretty soon. It was just kind of a quick, hey, let's see if we can make our lives a little bit easier type of deal. I definitely call that a little bit better. I'm sure our technique can use a little bit of work, but it beats having to effectively plant the field with our baler. I like cover every square inch type of deal. All right, let's go grab the baler. I suppose it's been a hot minute since I've given these things any water. Oh, didn't I say I was going to get some more greenhouses? Yeah, that's not the worst idea. Give us just a little bit more money coming in. Production generators. They're just so freaking affordable. So my thought was I could put like 4 more in. I'll put a pin in that. It would be nice getting a little bit more income per hour. But at the same time, I mean, like, between episodes and stuff, we end up with a pretty good chunk. So I don't think it's urgently important. I almost wonder if the skinny tires on this affect how well it's traveling. Like if we would have better luck, big old wide tires or something like that, give it better traction. I don't think it's traction though. I think it's just does not have the power. I would love it if one of those grass bales rolled down the hill. I wonder if this is the sort of thing a helper would be able to do if you turn this into a field. Oh no, we might actually be stuck. If you ever wanted to know how far the front and back wheels of this particular tractor are, that is a 150 centimeter bale. Exactly. This thing is wedged good. Can I just unwedge? There it is. Holy moly, we had to work for that one. trick I'm finding is to try and drop those things so they're not directly in your path. This hill is, I don't really know what else we're going to be able to do with this other than grass and maybe trees? Even trees. I don't know how those like big forestry machines do on slopes. If that's something we're ultimately trying to get into. I'm kind of leaning towards they might not do great. Although they do have those what do they call yarders or winches, something like that. Uh, that wouldn't be awful for getting things down a hill, but it does add an extra step. Most things in this game tend to have plenty of steps anyhow, so I'm not going to volunteer for it. Definitely got some silage bales out. I don't know if, the pits, I think they'll tell you if they're about ready. I'm not sure if this thing will do the same. If I hop over to one, does it, say what percent? Oh, it does say. Cool. So I will have to keep an eye on those. Would be really neat to have like a windrower in the front of a tractor, and then this thing in the back. They're just kind of condensing it all right into the middle of your path. Surely such a system must be possible. That's what I want down the line. Actually got quite a few bales out of this. What is each one? 6,000 liters? 5,500. Cool. So like 50,000 liters already. Almost looks like the grass has already grown back a tick. Not sure if that is the case or not, but that'd be cool. So that reminds me, I am going to get a few more of those greenhouses. Let me unhook this guy and move my planter. So I think I'm gonna do 4 more kind of along the same line as those that are already there. This field ultimately might end up getting its shape changed just a little bit. Uh, Kind of like this dirt square they gave us initially. Helps kind of draw a boundary for where I kind of want to keep our work yard. This thing was filling, wasn't it? Okay, good. Yeah, so we got that moved. Go to... Every time I see orchards, I keep thinking they, like, have fruit trees or something, which would be pretty cool. I would definitely be interested in getting into that. Is that going to be enough room between those? Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Oh my god, this spot is elusive. There we go. Dislike immensely that those are so not lined up. And they're lined up fine, they're just kind of... It's weird. I can still get around back, which is nice. Oh, I got some rain. Too bad that doesn't fill my greenhouses. It's gonna bug me if I don't have this spot over here filled. What is this other object it's overlapping with? Oh, is it the tree? I think kicked off. I think we're already almost ready for a bigger water tanker. I'm trying to think, might be better down the road to just get a couple of these and switch them out, like while they're refilling. So I'm definitely gonna have to babysit them a little more with this many. think after this bale, I'm probably just gonna leave the rest to do its thing. Um, I don't think there's enough for another one, so not really much point in starting one, I think. I do have a pretty hardy chunk of grass there. Maybe I can just make a really small one. There was a little more down this way than I thought there was. Still don't think it's a bale, but I don't think this thing's gonna be used for much else, so might as well fill her up. Alrighty. I think that's about that for the baling. We got a good bit of silage, a little bit of grass, and quite a few new greenhouses. Hopefully this, over the night, will help substantially get some of these projects we need going. I'd like to get this field limed. I'm surprised it doesn't have any weeds. Well, it doesn't have any yet. But yeah, I think we'll probably wrap it up, get out of the rain here. Thank you guys for stopping by. Catch you on the next one and hopefully have a little more funds to kind of get into some more expansion. Again, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.